sippin', I'm 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 sippin'.
Sippin', I'm 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 sippin'.
This is Sippin' with Sammie. I am Sippin' with Sammie. Sam Malone, Barstool, Rug. If you ain't sippin' with Sammie, you ain't sippin' right. Please get your fucking life together. It's 2022 already. And today, I have the one and only County Kravitz, man. What's up with you, bro? This nigga is amazing, yo.
Stop. Hold the applause.
Oh my goodness.
What's going on, Sammie? How you feeling?
I'm decent, man. How you?
No, I'm good, man. I'm good.
I mean, you got your something going on up there. I see you.
Yeah, so I just took my hair out. And yeah, man.
Really, you think you a rock star?
Yeah, man, I am, man. I'm a low-key a rock star a little bit.
I heard that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Pleasure to have you back. You've been on here as a co-host couple times.
Absolutely.
But now we get to chop it up with you. See what the fuck you got going on.
Yeah, man.
So let's start with the overview. Tell the people what it is that you do, who the fuck you is, and we go from there.
So I am County Kravitz. I am County Kravitz. Some people don't know me as County Kravitz. They're just still getting into it, still getting used to it. They really know me as the Chris Meg Experience. I'm a radio personality for the CB Morning Show, the host. I'm on GLOCAWEAR Radio every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m.
That part.
I am also the CEO of the Network 8 Idea Cultivation Company. And I'm also an artist as well. You know what I'm saying? So,
all right. So for the people, which one came first, chicken or egg?
Well, which one is the chicken? Which one is the egg?
Just tell me which one came first.
Well, I would have to say the business aspect came first. Back 2009, I started working with an artist by the name of Rosenberg Raw.
I'm about to say, was these the Froze days?
Yeah, this is the Rosenberg days.
This is what I wanted to hear too. Explain that. Yeah.
Y'all
from the same end or something?
We from the same neighborhood.
Okay.
Right there, out there in Montgomery, the same county.
Right.
He back and forth from the North Hills and Norristown. You know.
I used to be in the hills.
Yeah, he was in the hills as well as Norristown. He has more of that background.
Right. I know you talk about Norristown a lot, but I never knew he was in it. That makes sense because I know a lot about North Hills. All right.
Yep.
Cool.
So he has the Norristown background, North Hills background, as well as Crestmont background. So that's literally like 3 separate areas of Montgomery County. You know what I'm saying?
We used to play against Crestmont.
Yeah. So I was in the Willow Grove area, which is
in the middle of
everything. You know what I'm saying? But I never wanted to. Always wanted to be in the spotlight. I was like their Diddy. You know what I'm saying? And Raw had an idea to be a battle rapper. You know what I mean? Really take it serious before it was anything
to do like it is now. Yeah, I know what you mean.
And you know, and I backed his play. He also had great music, and that's the part of him that I was really mainly focused on growing. And we went up and down 309, Quakertown. We battled Philly. We brought Philly to Crestmont.
Excuse me. One time y'all was on the joint. Y'all was on live, I think, with Stiz. And he was saying that y'all had like a discrepancy about that, about him taking battle rap serious because I think he like put the studio to the back burner type of shit, right?
Yeah.
How what's that like, and how you feel about that now?
No, I'm 100%. I don't have any regrets or anything like that now. I wanted more of a balance. You know what I'm saying? I was all about balance.
I don't think he really argued that neither.
No,
I think
didn't.
Where his head was at, he couldn't do the balance. But I don't think he thought that you was wrong for suggesting balance.
Raw is a very, very, very smart individual.
He's intelligent, right?
You know what I'm saying?
You
very
gotta get
intelligent.
with me too, yeah.
I got you. And he's very, very, very intelligent. And he's seen what battle rap was going to be before it even became that. And he said, "Yo, I'm going to sit on the sword first." You know what I'm saying? That's what he did. That's why, like, if you ask me, Raw is a legend. You know what I'm saying? He definitely would be considered. You know, you can argue it if you want, but in my eyes, he's a legend. You know what I'm saying, for what he did and the staple and
I think legend
the barriers that you know.
Because I think, like, they start talking about legends like it's the NBA. Like, yo, it ain't about how many rings you got.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
He fought through multiple eras, in multiple spaces, and all of the spaces, for real, that battle rap comes with.
Every space.
Yeah, so,
Every
like,
space.
that's legendary in itself.
King of the Dot.
Shit, Battle Academy, I see.
Battle Academy. He's literally touched every major
giant.
stage.
And the little ones.
And every little stage. You know what I'm saying? And he's also, my biggest thing with him is his bounce back.
Yeah, because he had a Frozen point.
Yep, he had it.
He came back against doing niggas for like 4 straight joints.
Yo, it was, and I talked to
you remember
his
specifically?
Camp. Yeah, I talked to his camp regularly. You know what I'm saying? I talked to his camp. You know what I'm saying? Regularly, and you know, and I tell him all the time, like, yo, he's a dangerous man. You know what I'm saying? He's a dangerous man in that ring, and when he's determined and he's focused. Now he's getting into the business aspect of it. He brought RBE to the county. You know what I'm saying? Last November.
No, I saw that. That was dope. That
Very
was
dope.
You went, right?
Yep. I went to the event and it was dope. It was great to just see the county so responsive to somebody who actually is somebody.
And I heard the counties got along, but the fuck shit happened between somebody else.
Yeah, it was other.
That was after the event.
It was other nonsense. But overall, it was good to just see somebody that's doing something major for the county get support.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You don't always see that. You know what I'm saying? It's usually, something crazy happening.
But he kept representing it as like, yo, this is for like for us. Like, it wouldn't be no other reason for these niggas to be doing nothing out here. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And that's true, because at the end of the day, you half a mile away from the city. Like, not literally, but like it's 15 minutes and you be somewhere more populated, and you know what I mean? Have
Absolutely.
City own effect to it. So that makes sense to me. But off of that, so that was in 09 you was messing with
Yeah, that's from about 08, 09 to about 2010.
So when Froze decides I'm battle rapping, you still representing him? You still with him after 2010?
No.
What happens at that point?
At that point, we continue our journeys. You know what I'm saying? He
went right, you went left.
Yeah.
But what was your next move?
My next move was still in the music. That's when I developed AST. It was called Always Stick Together.
How cute.
It was something that me and my bros had, you know what I'm saying, growing up. But, I just, put it together. A friend of mine got locked up for about 5-6 years. So I started that really because of that. You know what I'm saying? That's where it came from. So
you home now?
Yeah. I had about 5-6 artists at the time. And we were just literally going from open mic to open mic. We was doing our own shows out at the park in the county and stuff like that. I was putting shows together at the basketball games.
Y'all be having shows at the VFWs out
there. Yep.
I went to one of them, Joe. That shit was a zoo. Like, yo, these fucking vets would kill y'all if they was doing this to them.
Yeah, we had a lot of complaints from the vets. A lot of complaints from the vets. Shout out
and the neighbors.
Glenside VFW.
Been there.
The Crestmont VFW, the Moreland VFW, North Hills, Lansdale. We appreciate everything that you.
Y'all used to fuck some VFWs. I was like, this is really county shit.
Yeah.
Because you like, where we going? No, what's the name of them performing at the VFW? And we go out, we be like, VFW? All right, whatever. You thinking it's light. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all right, cool. They got a decent little space in them joints. They ain't a big venue or nothing. But then you get there and there's nowhere to park in a 3-block radius in every direction. Because every one of these niggas drove they self.
Yep.
Nobody rode together.
Yep.
And everybody has a car for real. It ain't like in a city where you got motherfuckers that get there how they get there. Everybody drove.
8-9 people in one car. Nope.
No, it ain't none of that. So it's like we parking so far from the VFW that you start thinking like you in the hood again. Like, yo, we a little far to have to walk back to the well. Like, something happened. And you in the county, bro.
Yeah, and them blocks is not city blocks.
So you was part of that madness.
Yeah.
And the little chicks used to be in there arguing with each other and stuff. Yeah. I remember all that shit.
Yeah.
I've been a couple
the girls fought way more than the guys fought.
Because girls be having lingering shit.
Yeah.
Everybody's at this spot Friday night.
Yeah, we handle our stuff after school. Or we'll go to another school right away. The
Because
girls,
y'all
wait
schools-
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. All right, Friday night, we at the party. We there.
Yo, I'm not built for that, bro. You know how much it used to take for me to hold something? And I'm talking about in high school days. Like, petty shit. But you know how long it used to take for me to hold something till after school?
That's too long.
Like, bro, I start feeling better in the next period, and be like, damn, I still gotta keep that same energy later. Fuck this. Like, and you know you have to, and you know,
I gotta do this.
Like, I had a young boy one time, and they used to always clown him. Like, yo, you always be getting fucked up. He was like, I ain't never lost though. And I was like, how that work? And real rap, this is what go on. He can't get serious until he get mocked. Like, if you hit him with a good one, it's over after that.
Oh.
It's takeover time. But he's not engaged until you really touch him.
I don't like that.
And that's a weird, because it's dangerous, because one hit from anybody that's a grown person, I'm not even going to say a grown man, can knock you the fuck out.
Right.
In the right, if they hit you the right place, right time, all of that shit. Especially if you caught off guard. But he used to do that shit, like, when he was in high school. And it used to be, like, his thing. And I'm like, yo, that's a different... But I kind of understood, because, like I said, it gets to the point where it's like, if it didn't just happen, I'm not an angry person like that.
Facts.
You know what I mean? I had to grow into grudges. Because, like I say, once you get out of high school, you start dealing with realer things. You start dealing with, like, real violations and not, like, just disliking somebody over something that happened in school that's not nothing that could really kill nothing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so y'all was fucking up the VFWs.
Yeah, we had them going
so you
crazy.
had 5 artists, 6 artists, 5, 6. You wasn't an artist at the time.
No, not at the time. Not at the time. I was not an artist.
All right, cool.
I did a lot of writing though. I always like wrote and
you
stuff
wrote for
like
them,
that.
or you was writing just?
I wrote for me, but a lot of the things that I wrote ended up getting used and stuff like that. Cause it was more like I was like a good intro guy. You know what I'm saying? So a little energy and then let them carry on. You know what I'm saying? So
I used to do that with we put a beat on, niggas right before everybody start writing to it, we would freestyle.
Right.
And it would be, and this son of the 215 was there. You know what I'm saying? But it was one of those things where, like, this freestyle John is like, it's specific.
Son of the 215.
It's specific. It's 3, maybe 4 of us, and we going back and forth, but we trying out a different cadence every time. Like, you gotta find a different pocket every time you go. You can't just keep.
That's where son get it from.
You see what I'm saying? So what happens is, by the time you go to put your pen down,
right,
you done figured out how many ways you personally can attack this John, because it was free. Now, you ain't gotta use none of them words. You know what I mean? But it's just like when you write nowadays, you change your cadence every few bars or whatever. It's the same thing. You know where you going, and then you fill it in. But no, I see what you're saying with that, because the start off energy is important, and knowing how to start a verse is important. A lot of people don't write because they don't know the first 3 words to say.
And that's I'll sit for 30, 45.
Cigarette. Oh, delivery? Yeah.
I'll sit there 45 minutes to an hour trying to figure out the first 3, 4 words. Because it's gotta, like, as soon as I come on, I gotta, if I don't grab you, if I don't grab myself, I know I'm not gonna grab nobody else. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
I used to fight with the first couple word thing. Now I'm at the point where it's like, I'm direction oriented. I'm gonna deliver the first word the way it's supposed to be delivered.
Right.
If that makes sense. I don't know if you agree or not. You hear my music.
No matter what it is, even if it's the.
Yeah, like,
I think it's just.
It's how you gonna do it though. Like, where we going?
Yeah.
And I mean,
you gotta carry the rest of that energy through. If it's like, you know what I'm saying? If it's not anything that you're really saying the first couple words. If it's like simple things like the or stuff like that, that energy that you're using when you're saying the or I or you or he or she, starting it off, you gotta carry that at least throughout the next 2, 3, 4 bars until that next switch up, and then you can switch it up. But that, yeah.
So you was writing in your journal.
Yeah, I guess you could call it a journal.
And how long was that? That was from.
That was like 2010 to about 2012.
Okay, so you do everything in 2 year spurts. All right.
Yeah, just about. Yeah, after 2 years, it's like, all right, if there's no spark, if there's no true direction, then like I'm kind of done with it.
Sound like a relationship problem, but
okay.
No, so then at what point do we start the experience?
So fast forward from 2013 to about 2018, that 5-year span, I kind of was just doing me. I started rapping a little bit, but I wasn't taking it serious. I was in and out the studio. Then I had Cody.
Stan, pull your chair over here, yo. Sit over here, cause you gotta behave. You over there acting up, yo. He's sitting there instead of me cue cards. You're not even paying attention. But go ahead, bro. Guy sitting next to the teacher's desk. Like, this nigga is wild. Shout out to black ass Stan, yo. Stan is over there holding his phone up with messages on it.
Yo.
Like, he's telling me talking points and then telling me. You want to read that out loud?
He's already drunk.
Who's he?
Talking about me? Yeah, yo.
You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm dealing with over here. And you wasn't paying attention. I'm looking. I done read all these messages.
I have not seen.
He is tipping, bro. Mind you, he getting ahead. So,
I'm not there yet. Not yet.
Back to the experience, man.
Yeah, so I had Cody.
Shout out to my guy.
Shout out to my guy Cody.
Main man, pots and pans.
He kind of is the reason why I started to travel. So I always had a thing where I want to have relationships everywhere, to where when my son gets older, he can go everywhere. You know what I'm saying? He has access to things that the average child or the average teenager, whatever, won't have access to.
Shit, the average adult.
Average adult. You know what I'm saying?
You got a safety net somewhere everywhere you go.
And so that's when I started traveling and meeting people. And then one night, I got like real bad news. And then I fell asleep. I woke up and I was like, I'm just gonna give people an experience. It's the middle of the night. It literally was. It was the middle of the night. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna give people an experience, and they're gonna love it. And I'm Chris Mack. That's what the fuck I am. That's why I am. Chris Mack Experience. And then that's when I just started to run with it.
So what was the initial idea for the experience? What did the experience embody? Capsule.
Capturing the progression of relationships between strangers into friends.
So you was the middleman.
Yes.
Every industry has a middleman.
And
bunch of.
And I funneled. Like I went right to work. Shout out Wild Tuna.
My guy.
And Hip Hop's in 1987.
Absolutely. Speaking of which, where are my write ups? Never mind, that's a question for you.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm waiting on the right promotion. Yeah, shout out Hip Hop's in 1987 and Wild Tuna. Because they gave me the first opportunity that kind of got me to like certain rooms.
Yeah, because when I met you, I think either right when I met you or right after that, you was working with them.
Yep, it was right before.
Okay.
And being able to be in certain rooms around certain celebrities, around certain people in the industry, gave me a better perspective on the value of relationships and how more important the value of a relationship is than the actual product that you may have.
Or the motherfucking picture you try to take and lie in your caption. Never mind. Go ahead.
That too. Because that happens a lot of times. A whole lot. And then that's where the Network 8 came from. And then the Network 8 was just more of ideas that I just had that I wanted to put out there that involved the relationships that I already had.
So when did you decide to get behind the microphone?
See, 2021 now. It's 2019.
It's 2022 now.
It's 2022 now. So it's 2019. Summer of 2019. I was in the studio with Digital Crates.
Shout out to my guy.
And he was like we was moving the studio from the back room in 2126 East Tioga to the other side, to the newer side. And I was just playing around on the microphone, and he put a beat on, and it was my dogs. And then from that point on, it was like I did a theme song for the radio. I started the radio shortly. I was in the midst of getting ready to start the radio. Started radio shortly after that. Did the Chris Mack Experience theme song to that, and then after that, that's when I really said, "All right, bet I'm really gonna like kind of get into it because I can do it."
Now, I'm asking you these things mainly for the crowd to get a sense of your progression, your background, and why when you say the things you do, it's multifaceted. But also, I'm realizing I didn't miss much. Like, I knew there was going to be a couple things that I wasn't hip to, but like for the most part, and I know we skipped a couple things, but for the most part, I feel like I I see exactly where you coming from, type of shit. So that's dope. Now, me myself, you know about me. I always knew how to rap, quote unquote.
Right.
Since I ever first tried it, I was pretty decent at it. Like, it's one of those things that came naturally to me when you just talking about rapping. You know what I mean? I want to be specific because we are artists, and we know there's a difference between making records and translating and all of that type of shit. But I didn't have any intentions on being an artist. I didn't like the pressure. I tell a story about one time being at a female house and her older brother wanted me to rap, and I was like, nigga, I'm trying to get some pussy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just, it turned me off. Because one, it was that, and two, I was shy. I guess you could call it shy for the most part. Yeah, you know what I mean.
I feel you.
I'm still kind of that way, but I've learned reasons to not be that way.
Right.
But so my thing was, I'm gonna just still be around music. I'm gonna rap whenever it's comfortable for me. If it's a cipher, if somebody say something crazy, I need in. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I always been that guy. Like, I jump in, get crazy, and niggas would be like, "You rap?
Yeah.
And you nice? Like, come to the stew," and I wouldn't go. You know what I mean? And then like, I had always that took me to the stew. But all that to say, so that I wouldn't have to be a rapper, I was doing the business. So I was managing. I've A&R'd, I've executive produced, I've engineered at some points.
Right.
Just to make sure that the people that I believed in got where they was where they was trying to go, or at least had a little more leverage to get where they was trying to go, because we only knew what we knew. We was figuring it out together. Right. We had dope people to give us advice. Shout out to Mozart. Shout out to Sonny Brick was around to help us with the business. You know what I mean? Like, there was awesome people helping us, but as a unit, we was figuring that shit out. And it was like, well, if this is what they say we supposed to do, and you got talent, then let's do that until we get to the next phase.
Facts.
So I feel like our stories, besides the fact that I always knew I was nice,
I never knew I was nice.
Yeah, like, besides that fact, I feel like our stories are very similar when it comes to intention and how we got to the point where now we're doing the business and the media and the artistry at the same time.
Facts.
But that artistry part was the part that was like, you know what I mean? Oh shit.
Yeah.
I could do this. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
Mine came out of frustration. Yours came out of moving equipment. But
absolutely.
But it come how it come. But one thing that I always said about music itself was, every time a situation went bad or took a loss in a situation or something like that, it's like, man, fuck this shit. I'm gonna go do something else, at least until I get to a position where it ain't gonna be as much of a loss.
Facts.
But the music pulls you back in. I've
Every
never
time.
been able to run away from this shit, bro.
You'll never run away from it.
So I just threw my hands up and joined the fucking club. Like,
I'm in the club.
Yeah.
Just join it. Embrace it.
So now you got a new project, right?
Yes.
I felt I had to.
Yes.
Sound like some Drake shit. Explain this to me.
All right, so I felt I had to is a series that I'm going to be doing.
It's going to be an emotional ass series.
No, not everyone. Everyone has.
So what did you feel you had to do? Let's start there.
I felt I had to, give the music to the people. You know what I'm saying? They've been asking for like some music of mine. They've been hearing me on a lot of features.
So you gonna blame us for this shit? It better be fire if you blaming us.
What you mean?
You said I did it because the people wanted me to do it. You already putting it on the people, bro. If this ain't the firest shit,
this is what they want to hear. They want to hear right now. They want to hear, some me.
Absolutely though. I'm not arguing. One thing that I say to you and I say about you all the time is that it's remarkable how many dope people and legends hit me up or talk to me and be like, yo, he got some shit. Yo, the boy Kravitz got some shit. Yo, I need to do a record with him. Like, they like your sound. And I gotta believe that if the artists, the pioneers and all of that is involved, then the fans is too, the people. Don't want to call them fans necessarily, but don't blame us, man. It better be a banger if you blaming us. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, everything is it's just real. And it's real R&B.
I about to say, because everything is real.
It's just real R&B. It's like more.
Fix your hoodie string. It's bothering me.
Appreciate you. Oh, that would bother me till they not notice.
If I didn't tell you, you'd have been mad. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would have looked back like, oh, my stream. That's crazy.
So it's real R&B.
It's just real R&B. You know, like the lyrics are very, very transparent and vulnerable at the same time. So I tap into like different moods and, you know, stuff like that. But it's no rap on the whole project.
I'm just send Stanley on the porch.
It's eclectic.
And you read the cue card. Alright. Because
Stanley heard it. You know what I'm saying? Stanley heard the full project. And it's not 100% done. It's not 100% done. It's still a couple records that need to be done.
So when should we be looking for?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the single "Stay Solid" February 23rd. And that record is going to give you a full outlook in the sense of the sound that you're going to be hearing on the whole project.
One song is going to do that?
Yeah, one song is going to give you that. Something like it.
Like Prince.
That's why I wore my hair like this, and I just go like.
Don't start dressing like him. We won't sit next
to
me.
No. I can't do that. I can't dress like Prince.
You got a song with Vu.
Yes.
Did you ever count how many times you said "I love you" on that record? I'm just curious.
No, I never did. That's a great trivia question.
I'm about to say we should do a trivia joint, right? And you have to do it on the spot. They can't listen to it and count. It's like the how many jelly beans in a jar joint.
Ooh, okay. I like that.
And be like, estimate how many times or guess how many times I said "I love you" in that song, and whoever gets closer gets the prize.
Ooh, I like that.
That's something you could do at a live show.
I like that.
Give out merch or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I will put that in
song.
We'll put that in the
how many
back
times
pocket.
y'all think I said it after you do it, not before you do it?
We'll put that in.
Don't tell them to count. Don't be like, yo, I need y'all to count because I got something coming. Don't do that. Just do it. And you know who gonna get it? Somebody that understands the technical part of music.
Yeah, because they'll be
somebody
able to just put it in.
So 4 bars is how many seconds? You can only say this so many times.
And they'll put it together like that. And they'll be like, they'll throw out a number and they'll be like, damn.
Mm-hmm. Real close. Like, wow. Nigga, you was off by 2.
Yeah. Speaking of being off by 2, I went to a baby shower. Shout out baby shower meatballs. That's the best, like, that's the best food. Like, that's like top 5.
That's the thing.
Yeah, top 5.
The wings and the meatballs, if that's not hitting, there's nothing else going on.
Yeah, so I'm working this baby shower and I'm upstairs eating.
How do you work a baby shower?
Well, so they had inquired about photography, videography, you know what I'm saying? And they wanted to come into the network 8 and use.
Was overseeing.
I tell people all the time, it's two kinds of people in this world. People that are
you was there for the free
built
meatballs.
for manual labor and people that are delegators.
Yeah,
I'm a delegator. Myself. You know what I'm saying? So
I'd rather pay for it.
So that's what I was doing.
My own oil. It's $30 if I pull up to the. Never mind.
Yeah, I was delegating a baby shower, the media of a baby shower, the media aspect of the baby shower, and I forgot that I put my name in a raffle, right, for a gift.
I forgot that I put my name, and I'm calling bullshit.
No, I forgot because the lady kind of forced me to do it. She's really aggressive, like throughout the course of the whole evening.
You forgot about getting bullied.
I did because I was so engulfed into
your job because you were workaholic.
I was delegating my ass off.
This nigga is so.
I was overseeing pictures, video. I had to do a lot. You know, had to test the food. Make sure everything was good.
The videographer for Fire Productions is falling out right now. Just in case y'all wonder what that sound is in the background. It was the videographer saying, you was just sitting there eating meatballs.
I had to shake hands. I had to engage. It was a lot going on.
Shaking hands is COVID. Why y'all at a baby shower shaking hands? Y'all supposed to be nanu.
Look, this one lady had a lot of demands and fully understand. She knows this ain't gonna talk about which is why she's cracking up. You ever had somebody at an event that's not theirs force you to keep trying to take pictures and video?
Every baby shower, wedding, shit like that, that's how it go.
You know it was on Keisha.
It goes like that every fucking time. Like, And it's somebody that thinks that they have the best interest of the situation in mind, but they're undermining your expertise at the same time, and they got to find a balance. But it's also people that have never thrown anything, usually. Right. Because when you hire staff, you trust your staff to do whatever, and then you give them little nudges along the way. Like a DJ, you don't tell the nigga every song to play.
Yeah, they already know what they doing.
Like, that's just, why did you hire me? You could have made a playlist. I think you need backwards. But no,
could put that on the cue card.
Baby shower.
So I go that to say that because I was sitting there eating meatballs and it was guess the number of like dinosaur pieces inside the jar, and I put 95. No, I put 93, and the number was 95. And I put my name on it on the paper, so I'm eating the meatballs, and they're like, and the winner is, and I never win stuff, so I'm not,
Yeah, I want to know.
I'm eating meatballs. I mean, I'm engulfed in these. I mean, I had like a whole half a plate was full of just like meatballs. I'm tearing these things up.
Life.
And they're like, the winner is Chris, and everybody's like clapping. They're like, who is Chris?
The nigga that ain't supposed to be here. Nigga eat
like,
all the meatballs.
They like, Chris. I'm like, oh, that's me. They like, who the hell? Oh, that's the video guy. I'm like, yeah. They like, yes. I was like, so what do I win?
That's the video guy that never touched the camera.
He was like, so what do you win? I was like, I want to. They was like, they gave me this candle from Bath and Body Works. So I still got it wrapped up.
Aromatherapy.
Yeah, so I'm gonna recycle.
So you gonna re-gift it? I know what you doing. You a savage. You gonna re-gift it? We already know.
Happy Valentine's Day. I've been thinking about you.
Oh, it's going right back out the door. He ain't wasting no time. Yo,
in and out.
You sharp.
Jeffrey.
This gonna come out after Valentine's Day, so she gonna see it and be like,
she be alright.
That's why he picked the perfect scent, because he ain't pick it.
See? You so special. I want to give you a gift that was gifted to me. Damn.
I won one time in a raffle.
Damn.
I went to a company Christmas party. And I ain't never been to this company's Christmas party. Like, niggas always like, yo, you should come and be fun. And I'm like, I'm not trying to hang out with y'all after work. Like, I don't do that because weird stuff happens and it fucks your job up.
It's blue jean time.
And they be, a lot of drinking. So
drugs.
You gotta be careful.
All types of stuff.
You can tell who pinged up.
Yeah,
But
they be tripping.
I didn't realize they raffle off like 100 gifts, bro. This raffle was long as hell. And out of all these gifts, I'm sitting there, I'm chopping it up, trying not to be too loud because I don't care. It was 2 gifts I wanted. One, it might have been a TV, like something random that everybody could use. Like, I'll take a new TV, even if it's a small joint. I'll find something to do with it. Put it in the kitchen. But, like, it was one of them joints where it was like that. Oh, it was Beats by Dre headphones. That's what it was.
On my face.
It was Beats by Dre headphones, and this was a few years ago, so that's when that was the thing.
Yeah, when they was that, yeah.
And then it was a Bluetooth speaker by Bose. Bose Bluetooth speaker.
Bose
always got the best work, right? So I'm like,
sound.
the headphones go by. I'm like, I'm not getting this. And I didn't, right? I think my man got it actually. Cool, no problem.
It's cool. We all
The
win.
Bluetooth speaker coming, I'm like, damn, I was going to treat myself to a little Bluetooth speaker for Christmas. And I hit, bro. If you would have seen my face, because the last thing that ever happens in these situations is I win.
I never win.
I never win, bro. And I be getting like, how they be like, you get your arm length and all of that. I got long arms, so I be getting my arm length. And I be with tall people, so I be like, do his arm. You know what I'm saying? And I got you. So like, I won, and it was just like a shock. Like, yo, like how you probably felt with the meatballs in your head, because I was clearly in my bag.
Oh, so you was indulging.
We was outside with the bottle,
See?
inside at the bar. I'm buying drinks for staff that I don't even really like.
You one sipping motherfucker, I tell you that.
And that's the thing, like,
I tell you that, except in the morning time when the See Me morning show.
No, y'all don't let me not sip. But those environments are my environments.
Right.
So like, I'm not fake at work, but nobody's them at work.
Right.
That's why it's like, yo, either y'all gonna love me after the Christmas party, or y'all gonna be like,
absolutely hate
shit,
me.
He one of them.
Yeah.
Like, it's going one way or the other. And the way that my energy is, the dude that got the bottle of Henny in his car, the first thing he do when he walk in the party is look for me. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker that got the loud pack, he like, yo, what we doing? You don't even know I smoke. You assuming I smoke. And I'm not smoking
That's how
here.
all the Christmas parties go.
And I'm not smoking here. I'm not walking in there. I walk in there, smell like we spilt this shit all over us. But I won't walk in, smell like a pound with y'all.
Facts.
Because we have a job with these people, and the shit that they smoke, we can't smell. Because they just...
Yeah, that should be up. They know
they good.
Faster
They good.
than
But yo,
last week.
that was my one time winning something. So I figured I'd share that with the people.
No, it's nothing like winning something. It's very rare. But when I do win, it's like...
I win pretty often in life.
I did it.
But them raffles just be like donation.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to.
And that's all it is. Like a good 50-50 raffle is always cool because you win cash. That's always fly.
That's not bad, yeah, 50-50.
Yeah, 50-50. Because you know, like, they fundraising, so that 50 that they got out of it, that 50% is cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We still eat.
Now,
everybody wins.
I ain't gonna cut your wings. I know you a host too, and every time I have you on here, you have questions for me. So now that we got you out the way, I'll let you dig into your bag because you be having them.
I do have questions. I always come with questions. I always do. Stay and be quiet.
Stan want to be on camera so bad not to be on camera.
6 questions. Shout out to 6 questions with Stan.
Yeah, 6 questions with Stan. Shout out to that.
He does that on Instagram.
I'll give him that one.
That joint's lit. It's a good situation.
It's a good joint. Been on it.
One of my questions for you, Sippin with Sammie,
That's my name.
is why is it difficult for you to hang with us in the See Me Morning Show and get lit how we get lit? Because I have documentation that says
I knew you was gonna try.
that says, you know, that see it was hard for you to
I'ma keep it G.
was just tough.
I drink every night.
Uh-huh.
And when I wake up, I usually got time to get myself together, smoke a couple,
Okay.
drink a beer, knock the edge off,
Right.
all of that. But when I come to the CME morning show, I gotta skip 70% of that process because I'm hopping immediately in the shower, smoking a little piece. If traffic ain't too crazy, probably smoking some more of that, but not the whole L on the way there. I'm behind. I be pulling my first beer out of my pocket when I be.
Yeah.
So y'all be in the middle of my recovery time. And then if it's on a Friday, it's like, yo, I gotta go back to the crib, get dressed for Friday, come back up this motherfucker in a couple hours and do this shit all over again. If I'm not careful, I'ma either go into a coma when I go to the crib, or I'm gonna come here still wasted from 9 o'clock in the morning, which is actually wasted from last night.
So in other words,
And
what you're
I
saying
don't like
is
to start off Friday
Okay.
on 150. I like to build up to it with the people.
what
This nigga.
Yo,
Yo, put your phone away or I'm gonna take it, yo. Is we really in class? Go ahead though, bro. Now, what he's referring to as far as evidence, because we gonna keep it clean. The other day, he said, yo, you coming out? And I'm like, bro, I'm done for the day. I said I hadn't planned to. But he like, yo, I'm like, listen, man, I've been drinking since 9 this morning with y'all. He like, oh, I'm saving this. He tapped out. I'm like, bro, I hosted 3 shows today. 9 to 11, 11 to 12, and then shot the podcast where we drink. And by 9 at night, I was like, yo, I'm not going no further till the song come on. And the song ain't come on. I didn't hear it. The fat lady did not sing, but it was over without the music. But it's just one of them things, like, and another thing I think, like, the way that I do media, I think the whole time. Right. I'm not just kicking shit and just having fun like it seems. I'm thinking.
Facts.
So, like, a 2-hour show feels like a sometimes 6-8 hour shift mentally. You see what I'm saying? Like, right. I'll get off and be like, yo, I really need to unwind. So that day was just crazy for me. But that's for y'all.
I got another question. Another good question. What is...
Who said the first one was good? Whatever.
What?
Who voted?
I voted. It was a 1 vote question. and 100%. Who outside of music, right? Outside of music and outside of media, right? What is your greatest accomplishment in the last 3 years?
Greatest accomplishment outside of music and media in the last 3 years?
Yeah.
Sadly, I feel like everything is tied up in the music and media. Even that award is tied up in music and media. I don't know, because I haven't really done much else, to be honest with you. In the last 3 years, sacrifice vacations, birthday shit, family time, all type of shit to be available for the millions of things on my schedule or the front production schedule. It's a lot of sacrifice. In the last 3 years, I haven't really done anything that I would consider monumental outside of those spaces. I feel like the things that I've done inside of those spaces, I've accomplished a lot. I don't even know how to like quantify it, but just like growth, whether that's the platform's growth, my growth, network growth, the fact that we've done this, now we can do this and this and this and this. You know what I mean? Like shit that you can see that's tangible somewhat, I guess would be the best way to explain it. But it's all really been in this space because I haven't really done much out of this space besides supporting my people and my family, and that's regular.
That's regular
I just
stuff.
haven't been able to do it as much as I've been able to do it in the past. Like I owe my goddaughter a couple days. You know what I mean? She just had a birthday on the 29th, so I gotta get with her.
And how do you balance your music and media? Like knowing that that's gonna take the majority of your time, right?
What?
The music and the media, just being in the music and the media.
How do you balance them against each other?
How do you balance them against
life?
Your wants? Like when do you find time for what like Sammie wants to do?
I do a lot of shit I want to do. I'm somebody that's done a lot. So the things that I find fun to do, I still find time to do. And a lot of times it's easier now. Like I can go to Punchline damn near for free, Fillmore for free, Brooklyn Bowl for free, paying Dave and Buster's, but that's a light night of just having fun. Like I like to be entertained. And those things are still available to me. 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week, I'm at a show watching great talent, or you know, I'm pulled into a space full of good energy. Like I'm still fulfilling a lot of the me shit, but it's falling within my lifestyle. It's just like when you in the streets, you ain't really worried about going on vacation. A lot can happen when you on vacation. You know what I'm saying? When you trying to get nice and ball, you gotta like ease up on the chicks a little bit, and you gotta ease up on the homie time if they ain't on the same mission that you on. You know what I mean? So it's like those things. Anything I've ever done in life, I kind of been obsessive about being great at it. So this is a new thing for me to conquer, and I'm obsessive about it. I spend every minute of the day, regardless of what people might realize, figuring this shit out. I watch podcasts all the time. I watch documentaries all the time. I watch interviews all the time. I watch the people that's better than me do what they do, and when you're on this side, and you could probably attest to this, just like with the music, when you're on the inside, you start noticing little things. Like, oh, see what you did there. You know what I mean? When conflict or controversy comes up in the conversation on these interviews, or when people have different points of view and things like that, you see how a professional handles it, and you start trying to curve your style to that. Because for better or worse, it's more productive.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So I study this shit. I watch y'all, make sure that y'all on point. I make sure Took on point. You'd be amazed how many times I text Took a week. Because I'm on YouTube and I'm like, that's not really how it's supposed to be. Because he's doing a lot, and sometimes he might misspell CME Morning Show. It might say CDE Morning Show, and nobody noticed it because you're so used to seeing CME Morning Show with that background and that you just it's Chris and them. Boom. You know what I mean?
Right.
You don't notice it, but me, I'm like, yo, you put a D in there, bro. You know what I mean? That's what the text looked like. Like, yo, it's a D. And I screenshot it, it's a D.
Right.
And he'd be like, yo, good looking, my G, whatever. And then it'll be other times where it'll be like 2 joints. It'll be that 10-second clip. I don't know, 30 seconds where it don't work or whatever. And he don't be realizing it's double on there. And I'm telling you to take that up. But I'll be watching everybody. And it's not in the aspect, I'm not judging nobody. Because I'm watching everybody grow, and most of the people in my circle that's been doing this thing are really dope at it. They brought their own thing to it. So I appreciate that. I never want to coach nobody to be like me. But the better y'all are, the better we are, the more traction GLOCAWEAR gets, the more, you know what I mean? That it goes out. It folds into the experience. It turns into members only. It works with the concert series. It makes all of these things function at a higher level. Because we're functioning at a higher level and people respect that. People notice the difference. And one thing we have to realize is, I don't know about everybody else's shows, but most artists that I deal with, I talk to their representation. If they're not my personal friends, I have a bunch of managers emailing, calling, DMing me and the people on my team to get their people on these platforms. These are people that go from interview to interview, platform to platform with multiple artists in multiple different rounds depending on what the artist entails.
Facts.
They know who good, who not, who playing, who not.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And they know where quality is. And they know where it's worth to take the next artist and the next artist. And you never know who the next artist is going to be. That's why a lot of the times you hear people in media say, I remember when I interviewed that person before they blew up, I think I was their first or second interview. Because they was bought there by somebody. Somebody hooked that up. Somebody middleman it, like one of the plays that you run.
Facts.
And they got in that space, and they probably was timid. They probably was, you know what I mean,
a little standoffish.
That type of shit. But damn, now that's Lil Uzi Vert. You know what I mean? And now when Uzi see you 8 years later in Toronto, cause you out there for the Raptors game, and he out there for the Raptors game, cause you living your life, you progressing too. Maybe not as much. You ain't got 30 cars painted the same like him, but you living, and you see each other, and it's like, yo, you showed me love when niggas ain't had to give me nothing.
Facts.
My peoples brought me to you, yo, and they might not even be with them people no more. Remember, John brought me through.
Right.
Yeah, you still with John? Nah, I got Moskowitz now, but John's still cool. We know how it go.
Facts.
But like these are things that it's like we can't take it lightly because this is not a person that's there.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why when people ask me about my favorite moments and my favorite interviews, it's never based on the weight of the name. It's always based on the interaction. And the interaction is something that I can explain. But if you didn't catch that episode or you didn't feel the way that I felt about it, then you might be like, nigga, that other John was way better than that. Because you had such and such on and he was talking that shit. And it's like, bro, everybody talk that shit. Some people talking better. Some people talking in the right time and place and segment. Yeah. It's a lot that goes into talking shit. I'm a shit talker. You know what I'm saying? You heard me on the court more than you heard the ball bounce.
I talk too much shit.
You ain't hear Sneaker Souls as much as you heard me. But I was out there. But, you know, I come from a time where, like, and even my dad was on some shit, like, you supposed to let your game talk for you. I hear your mouth too much on the court. Shit like that.
Yeah, I used to hear that all the time.
But the twist was, you also had to back it up.
Facts. So
it's kind of like the Jordan thing where it's like, I'm hyping myself up. You know what I mean? Facts. Like, I know once I tell you I'm a bust shit, I have shit.
I have to. I have no choice.
I used to tell niggas that average high numbers, bro, you're not getting more than 12 today. You're getting 6 of them from the foul line. Like, we not doing that today. And I used to have to hold that. So when you get that 15, I'm mad.
Facts.
18, I'm sick. I took it personal. But what they say about defense isn't one of those. It's about how bad you want it.
Facts.
I mean, speed and agility and all that play a part, but how bad do you want to play defense?
It's a willpower. It's willpower.
It's all that.
Yeah, it's all
will. You know what
I
mean? It's more of that than anything.
I was on defense.
Most people could play defense.
What position did you play?
I was a shooting guard and a small forward, but I started out a power forward and a center. I just never grew.
Okay.
I was this height, maybe an inch shorter in 7th grade.
I never got tall.
Nigga, I thought I was going to be fucking 6'6" by now. I was 5'11" in 7th grade.
I was a point guard all my life.
So I got to high school and got a culture shot. I went to high school, and if I showed you the nigga, so it was like freshmen and seniors in my gym class.
Right.
First period.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
first period gym, the worst time at gym because you sweaty first thing in the morning.
First thing in
you
the
just
morning,
got
all
out the
day.
fucking-
Like,
So it was like freshmen and seniors, and the seniors was niggas on the ball team and niggas that could have been on the ball team, and they
shit.
was big as shit, except two of them. And I'm talking about even with like they subs, niggas was jumping out the building.
Right.
Like one of the first times I got dunked on was a game that went the width of the court in gym class.
I think if you play basketball, you've got dunked on at least once.
If you played against nice niggas, you've gotten bodied
At least
and you've
once.
gotten dunked on. When
least
people
once.
tell me that those things have never happened to them, it's like, well, you ain't played with nobody.
Yeah,
'Cause it's gonna happen.
It has to.
You think your favorite player gets dunked on and you can't?
What?
You ain't playing with nobody.
Yo, you be playing defense artist shit, and then they and then
Bro.
they bounce you with something real quick. You be like,
I done had a couple.
they
Now,
got me.
one thing about it, the first dunk on was by a nigga that jumped out the building. He was just like, that's what he do. He ain't do nothing else but that.
I know.
Every
a lot of
other
niggas
time
like
I've been
that.
dunked on, and I can only recount 3, maybe 4 more times, which is great with my career. It was by somebody that was that.
Yeah.
Like this nigga do
So
that.
it's kind of like it was kind of like
Like he's nice.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing like no surprise.
Ain't no bum ass nigga never
Yeah.
caught me slipping, bro. And usually
Like you got dunked on by him.
2, maybe 3 of the times out of the 4 that I could think of, I think 3 of them somebody caught me. I thought I was punching they shit. They threw a oop. I flicked it back, caught me slipping. Shit like that. But like them Jones be like, I could jump too. So my whole thing, which a smart point guard would never give me the ball at this moment, but my first thing is I'm getting it right back.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm getting like I wouldn't be tripping, bro. It'd be like, oh, you got that.
Right.
Now I gotta get you.
It's my turn. Yeah.
But I used to be too thirsty. Like I tried to dunk on Yama before. Yama like 7'2", and I just was like, "Fuck it, I'm dunking."
Seeing
on
thought
him.
he was Vince
And when I got
Carter.
to that, because I was on a break and he got back. No, he never came down, so he was already back. So when I get to the half, I got a full head of steam, and I know my young ass wasn't. I was too young to be cool about it. Like just try.
Right.
I looked like I was about to try.
You was
hit
trying,
one
yeah.
nigga, and I didn't realize until afterwards when this 7-foot something nigga jumped. And I'm like, what the fuck is he jumping for? You could have just put your hands up and redirected me. Like,
Facts.
this
He
nigga
jumped with you.
I triple pumped. He didn't even foul me.
You were so flustered. You just,
I was like, oh, and I'm up there like, it's nowhere to go.
nope.
Nowhere to
He's
go. But no,
arm just like this.
my favorite position was the 3. I love playing the 2 because if you could make the 2, you greenlit. But the 3 had more freedom. It was the most freedom on the court to me.
If I was 10 years, if I was in high school now, I'd be lit.
Because all you going to do is pull from half court.
Cause I was just a scorer. I was a 3-level scorer. I just couldn't. I wasn't really a playmaker. I wasn't a playmaker, and at that time you had to be a playmaker to be a point guard, especially at my height. I couldn't be a 2.
You was an undersized 2 guard.
Yeah, I couldn't be no 5'6" 2 guard. Like
Now what I
I
should
had
have
to run the 1, so like it was like I was
My
coming
dumb
up on the
ass-
ISO with everyone. Tap
My dumb
head.
ass should have been working on my point guard game. But I was like, yo, I still got a couple inches to grow. I'm at least be a 2.
Right.
And a 2, I get to let it fly. So like,
Yeah.
why I'm worried about? I didn't start passing the ball till I was grown.
Oh shit!
Like, and the crazy thing is, when I say passing the ball, like I started throwing niggas dimes. Like, oh, I'm nice with this shit. It started feeling good to do it. Like, oh, I'm not just passing the ball because niggas is on me.
I ain't learned the art of the. I ain't start loving the pick and roll. The pick and roll, I ain't loving it until I went to college. And once I went to college, that's when I was like, oh, that's what the pick and roll does for the offense.
I like the pick and roll. I like it.
I got smart in college.
It was certain shit that the average guard didn't appreciate the way I appreciate it because
Right.
they were always guards.
Right.
I've been a big man before, so I know his role.
Right.
When he set that pick, like I've ran that. I know
Facts.
when I dump it down to him, I already gave him the confidence to kick it back out because it's probably coming back to him.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like I know how to deal with them. I know how to reward the big man for working hard.
Yo.
He get the ball on the other end if he do something on this end. Or
Reward your big man.
They don't get to touch the ball unless somebody gives it to him or they get a rebound. So when you build the trust of your big man, you Gucci.
Yo.
But if you my big man, you gotta at least act like you going to dunk on somebody. Because if you going to be soft,
Facts.
I could have did that.
Facts.
If you shoot fadeaways and 15s and all of that, I could do that.
So you was the one that was yelling at the big man all the. You was yelling.
I ain't had to yell at them. Them niggas used to fuck with me.
So I think
they used to fuck with me.
I think when I went to Harcum, right, and I redshirted at Harcum, and playing against them, they all was D1 players that just had bad grades. You know what I'm saying? That's all it was. They just had bad grades. They was all D1 talent. They just had.
Harcum is D2?
No, Harcum D1 JUCO.
D1, JUCO.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. It's Harcum community, right?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Okay,
Harcum,
JUCO.
yeah, they D1
no,
JUCO.
a lot of the JUCO circuit is like that, and the D2 circuit.
And
or niggas that was bad.
Yeah, they're the point guard. When I first got there, their point guard. When the first time I went into that gym, when he came down, the first thing he did was put me into the post. I said, all right, bet. I'm studying you.
But he's smart though.
He knew the game.
He's smart though.
That boy was bad.
And he knew his best chance of exposing you.
And he was my size.
He know none of you niggas is coming in here my size and doing this.
Yo.
It's just like shout out to TJ Stallings.
He knew I wanted his spot.
TJ was the running back on our college football team at Morgan, right? But he's a point guard that was nice enough to make the basketball team, but the seasons overlap.
Right.
So he ain't never really start, and our point guard was tough. Shout out to my guy. But when he used to get in the game, we used to know it was up.
Right.
Like if he bring the ball up the court, by the time he get to half court, everybody's standing up because he's about to catch a body. And I mean a bad joint, like by accident. Like he don't even give a like he was one of them. He's so quick. And he had a handle, and he used to just, within the first 2 plays of him touching the ball, somebody's getting cracked. And it might be a oop to follow. Yeah.
He was like a Jamal Crawford.
And he wouldn't get no real time, and that was my guy. But when we played pickup games with him, the first play of the game, if you know him, in a pickup game, is throwing an alley-oop, he cuts back door and dunks it with 2. Smaller than you. The first play of the game, you know why? Nobody's looking for it. Nobody's expecting him to catch a oop to open a game.
That's
baseline.
Yeah,
over your big man. Like he cut right behind your big man and just sprung over him real quick, like football type shit. Like bam.
I seen that happen one time, and them niggas, they look like they truly flying. Like they
would be different.
They whole body be in the air like Superman, like, and they just be like
if he missed this rim, he just gonna keep going to the
yeah, like that's exactly what it looks like.
Like helium.
I remember one game. I mean, bringing the ball up, and he throw a cross court pass, and I'm looking at him like that was just the dumbest thing ever. And you ever just look at the play and you just like, oh, this is over. And I think they just gonna lay it up. He threw the ball up, and you just see this body come out of nowhere, and it's their 5'4" point guard who did nothing all game. All game. That was his one highlight. Coach said, took him out.
That's what fucked me up about AAU.
I said, this dude is little as hell.
When you play the AAU circuit,
man, listen.
Once you play against them country niggas that grew up in football towns,
yeah, they different.
All been on weight programs since they was 8 years old.
They different.
There's a 5'2" nigga that's about to try to dunk on your big man in 5 minutes, trust me.
Yeah.
And that shit used to just be amazing, like, but it's like these niggas been pumping the motherfucking joints since they was babies.
Yeah, they was really ahead of our time when it come to that weight training, and
that's how a lot of
all that
niggas that was nice in the
shit.
city lost in college because we were behind on training. Niggas had natural ability, talent, was well coached.
Right.
But no school besides 2 of them, I think, in the city, especially the public league, we talking about Gratz and maybe one other that rotated depending on who the coaches was, because I could think of a few, but different eras, where you really had to work on a weight program. You had to run track, cross country, like
facts.
You know what I mean?
You had to be
you had to do other things.
You had to be in extra sports in order to get extra.
That wasn't normal in this city. In this city, We had niggas in football that was killing, and motherfucking never really worked out at all. Like on his own time, never really worked on his football game. But
So
when he
then
got in
they
a
go to-
football game,
yeah.
and then he get to college and he trying to smoke blunts, drink, and get it done on the field like he been getting it done. But you going up against a pure athlete,
Yeah.
somebody that like really put the time
Train.
in.
Yeah.
You know, like you could be nice in the first quarter. How you feel in the fourth?
Facts.
Because in the fourth, I'm blazing.
Facts.
That's always
Facts.
that's every sport, right?
Facts. No, 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
First, in basketball, for me, it's the first quarter. It's just like, all right, just get my legs. You know what I'm saying? Get my legs used to everything. Second quarter, make sure I get some shots up. Third quarter, all right, bet. Let's make sure that, you know what I'm saying, we keep the game close or we keep our lead. And then fourth quarter, just like, all right, let's ball. Like, soon as that ball, fourth quarter, let's ball.
I'm always looking to shoot, but the
The
second
hardest
half,
12 minutes of my life.
I'm a 30.
For real.
I'm a third quarter player. So after halftime, look for me to be putting it up. Like all of that back and forth friendly shit. If you wasn't producing in the first half, you're not getting it in the second half until you start producing.
Yeah,
it's
no.
going up because, like you said, I'm warmed up now,
Facts.
and it's win time, and like yo, we had fun in the first half. I got 11. Time to round this 30 off. Like I'm sorry.
Depending on who you playing to, by halftime you done heard so much shit talking that it's like it's like.
And
Come on, yo.
if I get hot in the first half, this is what young boys do. You'll get hot in the first half, they'll stop giving you the ball. I literally had a nigga say, "Bro, you got enough points, like bro, I'm hot." Ain't we?
Oh yeah, I used to get
game?
that too.
If I average 30 in this league, and you on fire,
Right.
I take my little 10 for back in your play. We about to get you 40 real quick. Fuck it, you on fire, bro. It don't
Yeah.
fucking matter. I come back next week and do my numbers. I'm cool.
I was big.
Like I
on
never
just
understood
do
trying
your
to like
thing.
shut out somebody that's hot. If you hot and I'm hot, I get more points because you know what? They have to guard both of us.
Facts.
Now it's fair, and
And
we
if-
both getting buckets.
And if you hot and everybody feeding you, once they double you, you already know where to throw the ball at.
Yeah,
And I'm there.
I'm right here. And,
We all win.
And I'm rebounding because I came from, like I said, I came from the post. So like I was Steve Francis. I used to average as many rebounds as my power forwards and shit. Like,
Yeah, I used to be down there. That was my
I
problem.
knew how to bang because I was taught at a young age. It's all about boxing out, getting positioning and timing.
I ain't
It
never
ain't about
know.
size.
I ain't never know it was possible to box out a big man until I went, you know what I'm saying, to certain camps and stuff like that, and started to see the art of like
Literally boxing.
boxing out. And when
box
you
out
learn
a
how to
big man
box
right
out,
away.
man, listen, you start learning how to, you start sealing you up, you know what I'm saying? You start being able to create certain seals and stuff like that down low for your opponents and all that. So
And we from a scrappy city. One
Yeah.
thing that you could see in Kyle Lowry that you saw in college was he was a big man's worst nightmare because he wouldn't box nobody out. He used to just
Yeah.
run down there and snatch the ball.
yeah.
And that shit used to be crazy. Like how he always coming out the paint with the
Out of nowhere though. He used to come out of nowhere.
and he did it in the league too.
Yep.
Like he just like it's that savage. Like you, like I say about defense, man. That rebounding shit, you gotta want that shit, man. It ain't about who bigger. Sports ain't about who bigger. You seen that shit? That myth broken a million times over. No, it helps.
No, for real.
It helps. Can't coach height. Can't coach.
I got
size.
another question.
Go ahead.
What is your best song by County Kravitz?
My favorite song by County Kravitz. Well, it had to be Girls. Now, outside of Girls, I think it's the MACK John. Return of the MACK.
Return to Mac.
I think, but I'm kind of. It's like tied with the 1,000 I Love Yous.
I really like that song, and I kind of regret not doing not doing too much with that song.
You killed that. What's the name joint for me though? It ain't out yet though.
Which one?
I Know You Got a Man.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that. That
Ain't come out yet.
That ain't out yet, but
The twist is you at the end of it, but like you bring that whole thing together.
yeah, I remember that studio session. That was a good studio session.
Good energy. Shout out to my Jay. Shout out to my guy Jay the Voice.
I like being in it. I like I like being in the studio with people that's either just as creative in my lane or as creative in their lane, if that makes sense.
Well, one thing about the studio, if you in there with people that's open-minded and that's just there to create the best possible results, that's where delegation comes at too, because artists overthink things. So you give them an assignment.
Fact.
When that song started, Jay had the hook. He went in there, he was doing the hook. I seen my Jay listening to it, and I'm looking at her face, and I'm like, what's missing? She like, he could do the ad-libs and blow it better. I said, all right, you go in there.
Right.
And she went in there and was the yang to his yin on the whole hook part. And then, you know what I mean? And it's like, I just, this is, just do that.
Facts.
Don't worry about all this, just do that. She went in there, did that, and then some. And then it's like, I go in there, I do my thing, and I look at Ace, and Ace is like, you need Kravitz. And I'm like, where? He like, yeah, you should put Kravitz on this joint. And I'm like, where? He like, just hold up, I got you. And then you did a verse.
Yeah.
I didn't know where he was trying to put you at. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he told you what to do. Don't worry about everything that happened before you. Worry about this part to here. That's you.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said, yo, don't worry about nothing else.
And I ain't hear this conversation, but I know how these conversations, like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, Ace gets it. He has an ear. He's used to being in the studio. He knows how to deal with people. I was watching him coach a young boy yesterday, and I'm pretty sure it was the first song he ever recorded.
Yeah, Ace, real fast, about Ace real fast. Let's give Ace some flowers, right?
Absolutely, always, my guy.
So 5 years
producer.
5 years ago, I was hosting shows on Cotman and Frankfurt and Cotman. It was a spot that I forget the name of it.
Yeah, I was trying to think what that was.
Yeah, but shout out my man T.O.K.
I know T.
Yeah.
T burnt me for a couple of hours at the event, but it's cool.
So
I learned that night.
I was hosting.
I didn't sign my tickets, so I couldn't prove how many people came.
Right.
So I got most of my money, but then he was like, "You ain't," and I'm like, "You ain't realize when y'all said my name, half of the bar ran to the fucking stage."
Right.
But he's like, they wasn't with you all night, so how I know they with you? Like, my niggas come to the club and do them.
Facts. Everybody goes, they spread, and yeah, they do their
They
own
over
thing.
there doing their thing. Half of this shit was mine, but I ain't no way to quantify that. I learned the lesson, but go ahead.
So I was hosting shows there, and I was having my birthday bash, a Virgo birthday bash at this hookah lounge, Fit Cafe in Jenkintown. Shout out Fit Cafe in Jenkintown. I had that spot on.
Jenkintown, god damn.
I had them cops.
Exactly
They
who I'm thinking
hated
about.
me.
It's exactly who I was thinking about.
Hated me.
Jenkintown.
Hated me. Like when you say VFW,
They hate us already.
Imagine that as adults. You know what I'm saying?
In Jenkintown, you start playing with Abington cops too. But go ahead.
It was, man. So we had this hookah lounge going up, like going crazy, and I had this Virgo bash, and I had Ace come out and perform, cause he was there about, I think, a week before he was performing, and I was like, yo, you might as well, you know what I'm saying, come back, you know what I'm saying, for my birthday bash, blah blah blah. So I had this big birthday bash. We got like sand on the floor in the sections and stuff like that. It's like a hookah lounge. So
Who cleaned that shit up?
they did.
They paid somebody, but go ahead.
So this big extravaganza, and Ace killed it. Like Ace killed it. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yo, I got a studio down on Frankfurt and Cotman. I was like, yo, I actually be hosting at the venue that's right there. He's like, yo, I'm literally right across the street. So I met Ace, you know what I'm saying, in that capacity. Then we start doing our own thing. And in these last 5 years, right, me and Ace then went from like staying in studios, like sleeping in studios, trying to find sounds, making sounds, recording God knows who, like, you know what I'm saying, whoever needs time, we're recording them, you know what I'm saying? And to see where we've been able to get to now, and to see how both of our networks have been able to intertwine. You know what I'm saying? And the people that I'm cool with are able to thrive in a place that he and Missy Porter have been able to secure for us. You know what I'm saying? That's always been the goal. The goal has always been to have a place that's been like a hub. You know what I'm saying?
I'll drink to that.
And with that being said, shout progression, man.
Yeah, just drinking to progression.
You know what I'm saying? Ace, Missy, Sippin with Sammie, even Black Stan. Black Stan started out as an A&R.
You gotta drink that. It's bad luck. Niggas keep toasting. Go ahead.
Black Stan started out as an A&R. Now he's
coaching me on how to do my job.
Look how that works.
Who would have thought you'd be able to tell Howard Stern how to be an asshole?
You know what I'm saying? So
but you know,
progression, man. It's
progression.
I think that's what everybody, you know what I'm saying, that we are connected to. You know what I'm saying? Is a embodiment of. You know what I'm saying?
But I think and one thing for sure, we always gotta get a lot of the GLOCAWEAR community.
Facts.
I think when you're in certain environments, everything pushes you. Pushing each other, you learning together, you building together, you sharing information. So it gets to the point where it's like, I remember being at GLOCAWEAR years ago, and everybody that was a personality on GLOCAWEAR that did music had a banger out. Even Honest Fire had a joint, like, and I say even because people don't even realize Honest raps or whatever.
Right. I never knew that. I never knew she rapped.
She had a joint that was fire, that was rolling, and it was like, now you gotta keep that momentum up because niggas are still creating,
right? And
you gotta stay in the race. And it's not necessarily direct competition, but it's literally motivation. It's like, man, he put out a mixtape, he put out an album, he dropped 5 videos. What I been doing? You got merch out, he got merch out, they got merch out. Where my merch at? Everybody starts gauging their situations by each other, and I think that that's healthy.
Right.
I think that
very much.
Like, shout out to DJ Freaky Free. I can't tell you how many times we did Fly Day, and he was like, "So you ain't got no new shit for me?" All right.
Every Fly Day,
he's saying that for a reason.
Say that to you every day, every Fly Day.
He's saying it for a reason because he not wrong. It was a while in between me giving him music, which meant I wasn't doing music. But at that time, I was building media empires and shit like that. But, you know, I wasn't focusing on the music. But now, like I said, shout out to Ace the Chemist. As soon as I got back in the gym, I'm at a point where every week I can give you a new record.
Facts.
For Fly Day. Like, you want a record.
Facts.
I got 2 or 3 that I did that you ain't heard. You know what I mean? On some real shit. So it's like,
speaking of new records, I was in the studio the other day with Ace the Chemist and Black. No, Ace the Chemist and Streets. And I heard a track, and I heard you singing on it, and you Ray.
I've been singing shit.
Yeah. You crossing. You know what I'm saying? I like it.
Well,
I like it.
It's
the Kravitz effect.
Nah, I ain't saying that. No, like if you.
Nah, I like it though.
If you
I like it.
If you do the what they call it, the math, the knowledge, the homework on me. I've always been down to do whatever the beat calls for. I'm on dembo and reggaeton tracks from years ago, right before reggaeton even caught the way that it's up now. But like, if it's a vibe, I'm with it. And sometimes, a lot of times when you heard other people singing it, I wrote it. Man, I'm at the space where I'm like, I at least try it. And worst kind of words, it'll be a reference.
Right.
And I be kind of getting it right more than I expect to.
I didn't know who it was.
So we be keeping it. Like, yeah, because you probably talking about the record that I'm thinking of, Flavors.
It's like jumped. It's like, what is it? It's like, no, not jumped in it.
But Streets was like, yo, if you could do this, what the fuck do you be asking me for? And I'm like, bro, I never had a problem writing a hook.
It's exactly what it is. It is Flavors. Because Ace, I remember I was listening to Ace verse. It is Flavors. Yeah.
Alright, that's enough. said. You know? That's what you
that
talking
joint,
about?
yeah.
Man. And one thing that I say a lot of times,
I was like,
about me,
yeah.
most of my hooks come from me joking, even if it's a serious hook. Like I go with what it feels like the beat is doing, and then I find the words, and usually the words count enough where motherfuckers be like, oh shit, that sound like. But anyway, like I told Streets, man, we all approach this shit differently, so we all got to use each other regardless. And don't nobody want to hear me on every fucking hook of my own. But yeah,
I like that one.
You like that one?
I like that one.
It's a
The
good
energies
joint.
on it different.
Appreciate it, man. Like I
like
said,
Having more fun.
Ace was trying to shut me up. Think you was there that day. Something was going on. He was playing a video game. He was playing.
Grand Theft Auto all damn night.
And I'm like, yo, I'm about to get out of here.
Oh yeah, I went to that. I had a date.
Yep, you had a date.
Yep.
I'm like, I'm about to roll, and he was like,
The
yo,
Beyond.
I got something for you. He tried to like do me like a kid and put a movie on. He put a beat on, and I'm like, I don't like that shit. It's like, no, I ain't say that. I ain't never not like the Ace the Chemist beat. Let me be clear. But I wasn't in the mood for the first couple. When he got to that might have been the third or the fourth joint. And when I said I was going to fuck with it, I think he was surprised.
Right.
But I was in the mood to,
Have some fun.
do that. So that's what
Have
we
a little
did.
bit of fun.
And it came out how it came out. But, I got some shit, man. I got some shit. It's been fun. It's been fun. Sometimes this shit happens so... The songs that people like the most happen so easily that it feels like I could do more sometimes. But then it's like, ain't that overthinking it? And it's art. Whatever.
I think I could do more. I gotta get better just with time management. For real.
Well, as far as time management goes, bro, whenever I got time, I make time. If I don't got time, I can't be there. But when I'm there, I'm there. Like, I can't do eight different things when I can. But if we creating in the studio, I shouldn't be worried about 18 different things while I'm in the studio. You know what I mean? While I'm on air, I can't be tripping about how the day went.
Right.
Like,
Facts. Speaking about tripping.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You got Tripping with Sammie, Sippin with Sammie.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Lager 6-pack on the way. Talk about the Lager 6-pack, courtesy of Black Stan Enterprises.
shout out to Black Stanley. Lager 6-pack coming soon. Actually, probably be out by the time this airs. To be honest, but Sam Malone, Sippin with Sammie, Lager 6-pack. To follow up on the IPA 6-pack. Just for my drinkers, people that the title separates it for regular people, but people that really drink beer, they know the difference between certain energies and certain crowds that come with certain types of beer.
So what's a lager? And what kind of energy is a lager energy? Because we know that IPA energy is a hoppy energy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
A lager.
What's a lager?
Lager's a little more mellow, a little more universal. Still an acquired taste. But I believe all beers are like, I believe when people say I don't like beer, they haven't tasted enough, because there's a beer for everybody. There's a billion different kinds, different brands and flavors of beer.
You just have to try.
So if you like fruity shit, there's a watermelon beer somewhere that you would probably fuck with. You know what I mean? Like, but you haven't come across it yet, so you like, I don't like beer. But when you find that one, and
you like that beer,
you start keeping that shit in you know what I mean, the tucks, so you don't run out, then it's different. But beer is just one of them things like cigars or any other thing, man. You find your niche, and then you build from there. You try to find things that are alike or build, whatever. It's levels.
I like it.
Everything. But 6-pack is going to be crazy, huh? Who's on the features?
Any features courtesy of Black Stan Enterprises?
A lot of features actually, but I can't think of what records is on there. I've been drinking.
Like,
I'm pretty sure I got Dutch on this one though.
Yeah,
I got Dutchy Man. Shout out to Dutchy Man from Major Figures. I got Complicated on there.
The joint to go.
Some scholars with real dollars and educated. Nice houses with few.
Validated. I like that joint. Yeah,
some
that's
blue
my
collar
joint.
with few dollars and
that
obligations.
That beat is crazy.
That's one of the illest hooks you ever heard in your
that
life.
Beat is crazy.
Yeah, shout out to TJ.
Damn.
overseas. TJ held me down.
That'd be crazy.
I'm looking at the playlist now. Doubt Me is on there, so I got a joint featuring K on that pup.
Hey.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Get Right is on there.
She had her members only debut a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, Get Right is on there. We got my man Streets on it, and
shout out Streets. He dropped it. I can't
Kane
wait
Black
for him
is
to
on
drop.
there.
George Engel Brooks.
Yeah, I got George Engel Brooks on my joint with Something Special. That's my white guy that play the guitar and sing.
Ooh.
He's gonna be on the concert series too. That's coming real soon.
Speaking
actually.
of your concert series.
Hold on, let me make sure. And Vominos with Ace the Chemist.
Oh yeah, I like Vominos.
Ace loves that joint.
Concert series.
And Remember Who You're Dealing With.
Yeah, Remember Who You Dealing With is on there.
Who's on that joint?
Ant Live and might just be Live. I don't remember. But go ahead.
I like it. The concert series. Talk about that real quick. I seen it. I seen the trailer.
What you think about the trailer?
I love it.
It's heavy.
Love
Look
it.
like we doing the festival or some shit. Shout out to
Cha.
Font Productions. Like I said, get your business right.
It was very lively. I'm curious. So I'm curious of what it is.
So concert series is
Live concert series.
Yeah, we doing it. We streaming it live on YouTube. It'll live on YouTube, so it'll be there to go back to reference. Artists can, get their promotional value out of that, clip up what they need to clip up and all of that. But it's one of them things where we've all done showcases. I've thrown them, I've been in them, done them to death. I've hosted, and I still host them all the time. But I miss going in a room and the pressure of getting 30 people on stage is not there.
Right. So
with the concert series, it's like I've cultivated quite a few people that I believe in that's dope, that are an eclectic group, to use a Stanley word, where it's not like a whole one night of the same shit.
Right.
And I cut the list down to 5 to 7 artists, give them more records that they could perform, so it's really like a show.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then promote it and handle that the right way, but and then with the right things in mind. You know what I mean? The right people in the room, the right, like I said, balance of artists, those type of things. It'll be fun, and it'll be something that I'll open up to the public in a little while. It'll come with a fee, of course.
Right.
Because there's a lot of work that goes into these things. But my initial lineup is crazy.
I seen it. I like
what
it.
I have in mind for the second month is ridiculous, and what really boosted me about the concert series yesterday actually was I lollygagged. I had it in my head. I didn't reach out to anybody until a couple more I's was dotted, T's was crossed, and within 2 hours I had 80% of the people needed to make this thing happen locked in. And I hit people up, before after work hours.
Facts.
So I don't think this is going to be something that's going to be difficult to keep producing. There's enough talent. Our energy is here for it. I understand what this could be for people that want to do something other than what everybody else is doing.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And I'm not knocking showcases at all. This actually, the first one is powered by members only. So Ace the Chemist, Missy Porter, they back in the play. You know what I mean? Providing the energy.
Facts.
And what I want to be able to keep doing is having them give us a members only artist that'll do a song or two to open the show.
That's fire.
Somebody that is deserving, somebody that got that joint or them joints that
Facts.
always rock the members.
We need that to start the
Not
show
just
off.
one good week, like consistency.
Facts.
So we was blessed to have on the first one we'll have Streets opening up, and that fish fry go dumb.
Yeah, I love that fish
You know
fry.
what I mean? And one thing I wanted to do is I want you to be there. I need you there for 2 reasons. I'm hosting, but I need you to help co-host because there's going to be some things going on. And 2, we going to have to do girls.
Solid.
You know what I mean? That's going to be one of the Streets records.
Solid.
So we going to have some fun and do that joint. But it's not really about me. It just so happens that a lot of people that I believe in I have music with, so I'll be tapping in on a few sets here and there. But the headliner for the first one is Son of the 215, somebody that I believed in 20 plus years ago. So it's not really about me. It's about my platform, but my platform is about bringing light to the right people.
Facts.
So once we tie in the Sues and the LPs and you know what I mean,
you start putting
the
them.
list is beautiful.
That Suzanne Christine joint, I'm definitely there for.
You know what I mean? Like what's
I like her
possible
music.
is gorgeous.
I've been tapped in with her for the last couple weeks.
Don't miss your mic, by the way.
She's dope.
Nah, she's definitely ill, and that joint she got with Ghetto Reese is ridiculous. I would love to get them on the same night. If I can get Reese, Del, and Sue on the same night just so that they could do that song,
that'd be crazy.
That'd be a monumental night because they would all have sets.
That'd be
And
crazy.
then they would come together for that
one song.
whatever have you.
That's
However they line it up. Like I'm not,
That's fire.
I'm not coaching superstars. I'm just trying to help
That would be fire.
cultivate something dope. But I think that we could build a momentum, attraction towards a lot of different things
That'd be fire.
if we do that, and we could bring networking events back.
I like that.
You know what I mean? Make
Like
it a
true
social
networking
club.
events. Like true networking events.
Make
I
it
like
somewhere
it.
that them folks gonna want to come to because they like, yo, every time you ain't got nothing but them hitters on there.
Facts.
And that's the thing. Even when, like I say, when it's opened up to the people, like there's still quality control in effect.
Right.
Like if I'm gonna give you 4 records, you got to be able to rock 4 joints. Like I ain't, you know what I'm saying? It ain't because you got 4. You got to be able to rock 4.
If you don't, you better bring a feature.
You know what I mean? If you the headliner, I get a headliner that's pretty much carte blanche, but the night got to go how it's supposed to go. So we not losing momentum. We rolling. But I think I'm excited to do it. I've been asked to do something in this capacity for a while. Most shows that I go to, people say, when did you go and do your joint? You know what I mean? Honestly. And I avoid those conversations often. One, because I don't like to downplay where I'm at. And 2, because
You wasn't there yet.
there was so many other things to do first. Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't there.
Mind you, I thought I'd have did this before I'd have put the projects out, though.
Really?
That was the plan until I realized that the media presence so heavily outweighed the artist presence.
So you had to throw that balance in there real quick.
Get the music out. Let the people do what they do with it.
I felt I had to.
But I don't know about you. I didn't go into it with the intention of making a project at the time. Did you know you were going to make a project?
No.
Or did you get a few songs in and say, oh, shit, got something?
To be honest, I got about like 30, 35 songs in and said,
I'm going to pick some.
like, I said, out of these 35, these 8, 9 right here are it. And they're me all the way. Like, it's just like no rap, no nothing. This is a solid project right here.
Which
And
is cool.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
So-
even with me, when I first started, like, to this day, man, and shout out to Gang, I had about 4 or 5 songs drop as features in the last 2 weeks.
Right.
But initially, when my online presence, musically wise, I had 17 songs out total between my EP, my project, and maybe a feature or 2 or 3. And I had a few hundred songs. I got a couple hundred joints on C's computer. I don't know how many I got on Ace computer. I've been to damn near every other studio known to man and in the city, and it's just like that balance is off. But now I'm at a point where I realized that I cultivated my sound. I found my voice. I learned how to manipulate this studio, this booth thing. So now, damn near every song that I make, I'm ready to let go. And that's a different feeling.
Once you learn how to manipulate the booth and understanding your sound and stuff like that, everything from there is just
Know that even if you're keeping it real, you're a character.
facts.
You're in there to act out the energy. So even if you somebody that, if it was on, you wouldn't carry it like that. Can't nobody hear you be the guy in the corner being quiet.
Facts.
They can't feel that energy. Like, you can't be like, oh, it's on the track.
Facts.
You gotta tell them what your heart doing, even though your mouth closed.
Facts.
And that's what people try to. That's what people try to negate when they be like, "I be on some cool shit." Yeah, but what's going on in this region?
Yeah.
What your stomach doing?
We want to hear that.
You know what I mean? And that's what you get out in those moments on tracks. Even if you're the opposite in life, you got to get to hear.
Mm-hmm.
What was in your diaphragm? Was you ready to motherfucking ow?
Yeah, niggas.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
ain't really ready.
Yeah. So I don't know, but like I think, I had a lot of good help, good coaches, dope artists. It's crazy. I've always recorded with the illest motherfuckers. I just was learning the whole time. And I never really got judged for it, but I sit back and listen to some of that shit and it's like, it's not as bad as I thought it was, but it's definitely not who I am now. I would expect it to be like, yo, you was fucking up. A lot of that shit, I was in there, but I wasn't on there. Like, you know what I mean? Like the presence wasn't there. And that's the energy, and that's something that now is like, all right, now how do I evolve that? Because now y'all waiting for this, and I can still give you that, but I can do all of this shit too.
Facts.
But yeah, man, good talking to your punk ass.
It's always something.
Yeah, I'm gonna grind you up. I grind up all of mine. My
Always
little cousin
something,
was on here. Shout out to ZACK. He'll be there in assistance with the concert series. He's somebody that's I'm adding to the situation because he's talented as hell. He's trying to get his Spike Lee on and all of that. So we gonna make sure that we keep him in the rooms and keep him productive.
Yeah, bring him around.
One thing he said on his pod when he was on here was, one of the best things you ever did was told me I was ugly. He said, you called me ugly every time I seen you. He was like, now I appreciate that shit, like on some real shit. And because when you get grown, you get it. You know, I know you a handsome nigga. You know, I know you thorough.
Facts.
But the world is telling you the greatest motherfucker in the world, and you ain't did shit yet.
It keeps you grounded.
So keep it ugly until you did something, and then when you do some shit, get uglier.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, oh shit, fuck it. I got kiss my ass money. Well, I'm worried about a thing.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So yeah, man, that's just my personality. But let the people know.
What?
Sammie called me ugly. Why you can't speed up
too?
Stanley is crying because I called him ugly too. Crying with a dead fly on your shirt is not the look right now.
Yo.
But shout out to the Fly Team Fashion. We're everywhere. Just be popping up.
Stan, before we get out of here, Stan has been dressing like a Philly nigga all week, and I think it's fucking hilarious.
When in Rome.
Do ass.
When in Rome, man. You know, some shit, you know, every once in a while you might catch me get a margarita. Depending on where I'm at.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
When in Rome, do as.
When in Rome.
No judgment.
Once in a blue though.
Every now and again.
Let the people know what you got coming up, how to get affiliated with it. And I know you got a long list, but I
keep it short.
I mean, shit. Let them know.
All right, so look, you can always tap into the See Me Morning Show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on GLOCAWEAR Radio.
They give away asses. Go ahead.
We do, and we actually have another ass. We have another ass giveaway coming up. So stay tuned in for that. That'll be
details
dope.
on how you too could win an ass with no surgery.
Tune into the See Me Morning Show. We're gonna be giving away in March for my little brother's birthday on the 23rd. Shout out my little brother.
Shout out to him.
Shout out my little brother.
Shout out to him for bringing the ass back around.
Factory. I felt I had to. There's no set date on it, but it is coming, and it will be here before December time. But Stay Solid, the single, will be dropping February 23rd.
Saw that debuted on Paulie and the Gang. Shout out to the gang.
And it's just going to be out, period.
Out there, like an NFT.
Yeah, because if I say out on all platforms, then Stan
gonna stab you.
He's going to stab me. So
on camera.
It's going to be out. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be able to just type it. You'll be able to find it. We're working on a dope rollout for it. Dope. So stay tuned for that. Because we're going to be literally floating everywhere. Shout out Moolah Gang.
Absolutely, man. I had a ball with them on the show the other day, man. Brothers from all over the eastern seaboard.
Straight down. Yeah, like straight down. From here to there. They actually Moolah Fest is August 21st, 2022. County Kravitz, myself, the Renegades, Donnie Casino, Real Lituation, and Sippin with Sammie will be performing in Waterbury, Connecticut, along with Fivio Foreign, Fabulous, Davies, and Roddy Rebel and the GS9.
Oh.
So that's a
Y'all
little
just
surprise
learned that
for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right here on the Sippin with Sammie podcast.
Yeah, so get y'all tickets to Connecticut.
So we just got those flyers in, so I'm gonna be
Ain't no tickets to
singing the
Connecticut.
flyer now. But you know what I'm saying? We'll be posting those up. And you know, September, one more thing. September of this year is my birthday. And I'm gonna be doing See Me Weekend. And we're gonna be doing it in Miami this year. So
September is
yeah.
Labor Day.
Yeah, it's gonna be end of September.
Okay.
So end of September,
Don't do Labor Day.
we're gonna be turned up.
All right.
Miami,
Boycotting if you do it on Labor Day.
and it's gonna be lit. I can never do nothing Labor Day because Labor Day I get all the cookout food. I go everywhere. I'm going to cookout tour.
Oh, you know about clubhouses?
Yeah,
Clubhouses, that's the shit. That's something we gotta teach Stan about.
yeah, we do.
Clubhouses.
Because what's crazy is I'm gonna be in Baltimore. Like I'm adding that part of my tour now too. You know what I'm saying? So
Because
we're
there's
gonna
plates there too.
exactly, and you know they seafood.
And it's all about scheduling
It's all. It's
and
all.
portions.
It's all it's about.
You know what I mean?
I can hit Philly and Baltimore in the same day.
Let your food settle on a ride. Smoke a
I was about
to
yo.
business.
See, I was about to
back
say.
to business.
See,
I'm
look,
with you. I'm
Stan
with you.
talking about he'll
You
drive.
know me, I'm a Baltimore driving nigga. I know
So,
how it ain't about
you
hop in and
already
skip.
know.
Ain't even no jump after that.
Fact. So I was like, I gotta add some seafood platters and some seafood.
man, you know that's
dishes.
gonna be there. You go ahead and eat some crawfish.
Oh man. Ooh. Anywho. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. So shout out Clubhouse.
Big Things Iguan, man.
Big Things Iguan.
And follow everything you got where?
At the See Me
Taking
Morning
over the
Show
lights.
and at Who Is Kravitz. Oh, also one more thing. The Network 8 relaunch. We're
And
getting
shout out
ready
to
to
Chef,
relaunch.
yo.
Yeah, Chef Rick 8.
Donut Man.
It's my guy. He's got merch right now. All right, let me do this the right way.
He got to get the Homer Simpson merch. Why he don't put
We-
all his different
no,
donuts with the descriptions?
But that's what
down
we
mine?
listen. I'm about to show you something. I'm gonna show you. If you go to Comet8.com right now, we're live right now because it just went live a couple nights ago. We just finished it up middle of the night. So
Congratulations.
Comet8.com. We got Chef Rick 8 apparel right now, and that's our featured product right now. So we got Chef Rick 8 hoodies, Chef Rick 8 shirts, and it says Chef Rick 8, and it's got like the Simpsons donut like rolling.
No, but
because
he
be
got to do
around like a
all the
donut.
flavors of the donuts, and he got to do them with his description of the donut.
Yeah,
Not the.
the party cake and all that. All right, bet. We'll talk on camera.
That's what I'm
a great
saying.
idea. We'll talk on camera.
But you know what? You gonna tell him
I like
before they
that.
see this, so that's all right.
Facts, right?
He just gotta get right to it.
So
Donut Man.
along with that's the Comet8.com. Check them out. Check us out.
It out.
It out. Also, the Network 8 relaunch. We're relaunching. We got same direction, but we just had to tweak some things. You know what I'm saying? We're still in the process of tweaking those things, but we are going to be relaunching along with CME Indie Nights in Tampa for spring break this year. So shout out DJ Juan Pablo,
Young nigga shit.
down in Tampa, and DJ Duke. You know what I'm saying, for creating that link up. You know what I'm saying. They've been
Always
working
salute the
they've been
DJ.
working the
Shout
Super
out to
Bowl the
Duke.
last couple of years. You know what I'm saying. Since we linked up with him a few years ago, been in the Super Bowls. He's got Tampa on lock. So we teaming up with him with 3 floors. So we're gonna have different things going on different floors. It's huge, a huge venue. It holds so many people.
Sound like I'm doing a lot of traveling.
So you
on
definitely-
behalf for the CME. This
So you
year.
definitely, you know what's crazy about that, man? Shout out my credit folks, man. SP Credit Consultants. Gotta follow them on Instagram because I'm very, 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 very close to getting these airplane credit cards. And once that happens, man, it's up. I tell you that.
All right, I was wondering why we was doing ads, but for that we could do it. Go ahead.
It's up because then I can just whoosh, whoosh. And them joints like $17.
So you good?
Yeah, we can go to Miami for $17.
Listen, now Miami is not as exciting to me as it is to some folks, but a vacation is a vacation if you take vacations how I do.
Especially
So,
for
like-
$17.
But this is
$17.
Sippin' with Sammie, Sam Malone, Barstool, Rug. If you ain't sipping with Sammie, you ain't sipping right, man. Get your fucking life together and get you a Kravitz in your life. As long as you can control them.
February 23rd.
These is jokes, people.
I just had to get there. I love bitches, dumb bitches, hood bitches. No matter what they mind.
Girls, they different than hoes. You know me and my bros, we stick to the code. I'll pass that bitch to my bro, can't save a
I
hoe.
love bitches, hood bitches, thorough bitches, county bitches, no matter what they my bitches. Big steppers, go getters and big tippers. Tell nigga, I keep a butt for my niggas, cause it's girls. I pass some bitches to my bros. I took them all home and they let me bone, and I tell that hoe get on gone.
Mama said them floozies will get you killed. I'm grown, so I seen it, my nigga, and she the realest. Gangsta enough to make a sucker nigga kill you. His emotions got his motions all wrong, I feel him. But I supersede him, it's like I overstand. That tab you ran up on that, hope she was Oprah, man. Hope she had a waiter, riding that shit that weight up. While your twist got you 20 plus in the wake up.
Girls, they different than hoes. You know me and my bros, we stick to the code. I'll pass that bitch to my bro, can't save a
I
hoe.
love bitches, hood bitches, thorough bitches, county bitches, no matter what they my bitches. Big steppers, go getters and big tippers. Tell nigga, I keep a butt for my niggas, cause it's girls. I pass some bitches to